Tuesday. Let's be the ones who do. While naysayers talk, we'll be busy walking the walk, turning impossible into impossible. It's all about action. Small steps, big leaps, whatever it takes to move forward. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. And I'm proudly posted up with the Rastafarian herself.
Rasta, dreadlock Rasta. I cannot wait to go see tomorrow. One love, y'all. And you know what? You said a word right there, Mr. Marcel. Reverend Marcel. Somebody better pass that basket. Listen, I'm possible. That's how you spell impossible. I'm possible. Everybody that has naysayed themselves out of an opportunity, naysayed themselves going forward. I want you to resonate on Marcel's words and say it's possible because I'm possible. And
when you got
when you
God,
got
honey, you
God,
don't
honey, you
need
don't
nobody
need
else. Just
nobody else.
like you
Just like
said,
you said,
That's it right
we
there.
got him
got
up
him
in
up
here in
in
the
here in this
studio. We
studio, and
about
we
to
about to
rock
rock
it.
it.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
you
you
know
know
what?
what?
Before
Before
we
we
get
can
this
just get
day,
the
day
day
going,
going,
I
I
want to
want to
shout
shout
out,
out.
Queen's
Queen's
Boutique.
Boutique.
of
Of
course,
course,
Queen's
Queen's
Boutique.
Boutique.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
say
that
that
for a
for a
little
little
bit
bit
later.
later.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
say
that for
that for
after
after
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day.
I
I
don't
don't
want
want
no
no
preview
preview
of a
of a
coming
coming
attraction
attraction
Oh.
messing
messing
up
up
my
my
surprises.
surprises.
But
But
And what about those sales?
well, true.
true.
So
So
we're
we
gonna
gonna
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it.
But
But
I
I
want
want
to
to
shout
shout
out
out
and
and
thank
thank
Brother
Brother
Mandine
Mandine
Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Okay.
I
I
was
was
blessed
blessed
yesterday
yesterday
to
to
be a
be a
guest
guest
on
on
the
the
historic
historic
Munir
Munir
Muhammad
Muhammad
Oh
show.
show.
yeah, that's
And
And
a
it
it
big
was
was
an
an
deal.
amazing
amazing
opportunity.
opportunity.
And
And
I
I
told him
told him
when I
when I
got
got
to
to
the
the
studio,
studio,
growing
growing
up,
up,
I
I
remember
remember
watching
watching
Brother
Brother
Munir
Munir
Muhammad
Muhammad
on the
on the
show.
show.
And
And
that
that
set
set
is a
is a
classic.
classic.
And to
And to
be
be
able to
able to
sit
sit
on
on
that
that
couch
couch
and
and
just
just
talk
talk
and
and
go
go
through
through
the
the
things
things
that
that
I've
I've
done.
done.
And,
And,
you
you
know,
know,
I
I
talked
talked
about
about
you
you
and
and
your
your
relationship
relationship
with
with
the
the
minister
minister
and
and
the
the
nation.
nation.
And
And
if you
if you
don't
don't
know
know
Crow,
Crow,
you
you
need to
need to
check
check
them
them
out.
out.
They are
They are
doing
doing
some
some
phenomenal
phenomenal
things
things
on the
on the
South
South
Side
Side
to
to
represent
represent
the
the
Honorable
Honorable
Elijah
Elijah
Muhammad
Muhammad
and the
and the
Nation
Nation
of
of
Islam.
Islam.
So I
So I
wanted to
wanted to
shout
shout
him
him
out.
out.
I
I
told him
told
I
him I
was
was
going to
gonna
shout
shout
him
him
out
out
today.
today.
Explain
Explain
Crow.
Crow.
I'm
I'm
so
so
super
super
excited.
excited.
I
I
didn't
didn't
explain it
explain it
because I
because I
can't
can't
remember
remember
what
what
the
the
acronym
acronym
is.
is.
Just
It's
talk
the
Crow. That's
center.
all it is.
It's
It's
the
the
Center
center.
Remember
Remember
the
the
Honorable
Honorable
Elijah
Elijah.
Muhammad, CROE. And it's a nonprofit arm. It's not owned because, you know, I love history, so I ask a lot of questions. And this is good for Black history. It is the Coalition for the Remembrance of Elijah. And so they keep the history alive. They own the largest archive of
Mm.
the Nation of Islam videos and articles. And so we got to see, shout out to Justice, one of our interns who went with me, and we got to see pictures of some of the world's elite and most prominent people in the world, not just country. And so it was dope. So shout out to the Munir Muhammad Show for doing great work
I'm
and
excited
continuing
about
that
that.
legacy on.
No, I've actually had the opportunity to watch the show, and I've actually had the opportunity to meet him. Very, very impressive, impactful content, and he does an amazing job.
Yes, he does. And you know what? Brother Munir, of course, has gone on to glory, but it's so exciting to see people keep that legacy going. And they
Mm-hmm.
didn't change the name of the show.
Mm-mm.
They still honor him. And his son is doing phenomenal work. And he's a friend of ours, Brother Muhammad, who's now an executive for ComEd, who was at
Mm, yep.
Breakfast with Santa and, you know,
Bringing all
supports.
the resources
Yes.
to the
So
community and the knowledge, and that's what it's all about, Marcel.
yes, and then last announcement before we kick the show off. Last night we had a great Dreaming Out Loud podcast where we talked all things business. We talked contracts and how to get these government contracts. And the CEO of Business Leadership Council, Miss Ariel Johnson, joined in and shared so many gems. When I say I thought I knew a lot, everything I would say when it came to business time.
Nobody don't know everything,
But you
Marcel.
know, when you think you in this realm, you're like, oh, I know about this, I know about that. She dropped, you know, the small business set aside contracts for the state of Illinois, where if it's 50,000 or less, you don't have to go through all of the bureaucracy and the red tape. And it was just a phenomenal. So if you didn't check it out live, tune in on YouTube. You can search it on YouTube, the Dream Center Dreaming Out Loud
I
podcast.
love the name and I love the content. And you know what? For all of the entrepreneurs that have that spirit that's buried and you've been buried, you said at the beginning of the year, I'm really going to take this and launch it, but you still haven't on February the 13th. that might be the catalyst that actually gets you moving.
Yeah, well, we're going to keep it moving because we got a great show. Listen, there's some phenomenal things happening in the city of Chicago, and it is Tuesday. Community Chatter with Win-Win Communications, and Wynona brings the noise. So don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. Tina is crazy.
I know, I love her.
She gonna say it made you want a bean pie, didn't it? Tina, you are nuts.
Well, my roster is making me want something.
Ooh,
Want me to tell you what I want?
No, I don't want to know.
I brought it's 2 in there, both fragrances.
Oh, look at this. Well, she'll tell you later. Oh, man. Oh, this is. I know. She gonna tell you. She got you.
I'll bring it. You didn't tell me which one you wanted, so I just
because it didn't matter. I typed whichever one, and I never sent it to you.
This is yours. Both fragrances are in.
Forbidden Kiss. Look at that packaging. Now that's how you do a product.
Well, I asked Marcel to ask you if you wanted to get, because you would have got 2 boxes, but instead you got the 1 box with 2 fragrances.
You know what? I said I was buying my own flowers, so this might get for me.
Yeah, okay. I'm about to say, well, if I need to swap out real quick, I'll take the 2. Yes, new perfume, Zoe.
That packaging, dope. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that packaging?
You think I just be sleeping at home, don't you?
He must don't know you.
You just think I go home and go to sleep, right? I go home, don't even cook, just go home and go to sleep. I go home and get it in.
It's going down Sunday, February the 18th. Special guest Bishop Liston Page at 1 p.m. Friday, February 23rd.
When you finish that, will you go get the barrel from Pam?
And Sunday, February 25th with Bishop Corbin Bush at 1 p.m. It's all going down at Monument of Faith Evangelistic Church, 2750 West Columbus Avenue here in Chicago, Illinois. Host pastor is the one, the only Apostle Mark Hinton. If you're interested in more information, you can call 773-918-0187. Come out and celebrate Founders Week 2024 with Monument of Faith Evangelistic Church.
30 seconds.
Dreaming of a new home or selling at a
That's a
great
Black
price?
History Fact.
Eleanor
Mhm.
is your go-to. Expertise
Nope.
in real estate and mortgage
No, we
loans,
got 30
we make the process seamless and rewarding.
That's
You don't
too
have a
long.
Black
I
History?
do. The View had a really interesting one this morning.
You in the View? I mean,
You know.
0906 and step into your property dreams with L&S Development. Area code 773-616-0906. L&S Development.
Yep.
Making property dreams a reality.
You're right. That's not mine. Well, on today's Black History Fact, we're going to do something a little bit differently. Sometimes we talk about Black History Facts that have passed, but today we're going to talk about Black history in the making. And there's a young lady from the south suburbs of Chicago who has launched a really wonderful clothing and fragrance line. And she hails from Frankfort, Illinois.
wait a minute, I'm looking all intensely like.
And her name is Tamara Fair, and she is not just an innovator, educator. I want to keep rhyming, but I'm not going to botch it. I'm going to pontificator.
There you go.
She is doing some amazing things, and she's the founder of Queese Boutique. And she has launched a new perfume line, and it's called Queese.
It's called Queese.
It's Queese.
But it's actually 2 different fragrances. Our third fragrance is coming out this spring. But we have 2. One is Forbidden Kiss and the other is Pure Royale. And both of them I wear because I don't want you to wear anything that I wouldn't. It's 40% oil-based so that it stays on until you bathe. Now, if you hadn't bathed, it's just staying on.
Oh, well, we not encourage you not to bathe. Please bathe. But one thing I must say, we support a lot of Black businesses on this show. And small businesses, Black, brown, white, whatever. But we got to support our own. And especially when it's a good product. Now, sometimes we just support. Now, there's been a few times I'd have bought a piece of pound cake that I knew wasn't gonna be good, but I was just supporting. I
spit it out in the garbage can like you did at the
no,
table
I didn't
with
even
your
bite it. I
vegetables.
just threw it away when I was gone. But I can honestly say that I am excited to support because this perfume is amazing. It
Oh, thank
smells
you.
good, and it's one of those, like Medea said, it lingers. You know,
Yeah.
you'll know you in the room when you have this on. So
Or if you know you've been in the room, you could leave and still leave your scent.
so that is our Black history in the making. And if you want to support this Black history being made, how can they purchase the perfume?
QueesBoutique.com. That's QUEESE boutique, spelled just like you know it, .com.
All
And
right.
it's a sale going on for Valentine's Day right now. So we definitely want you to get the sale, but it is an amazing perfume that I do wear every single day.
All right. Well, you heard it here right here on the Brunch Bunch. The business spotlight of the week, the Black History Fact, is Quees Boutique.
And we are actually going into our warehouse. So our warehouse is being built right now because, of course, you know, we're authors. Tanya and I are authors, so we have books, merchandise, and perfume. So it's getting ready to go down. We're really trying to go into a new space. But thank you for that.
No problem. I'm about to find me something to produce so I can use the warehouse. That's how we do it. That's
how we do.
Teamwork make the dream work. But believers, listen, we are in for a treat today. We got more hot topics. We got community chatter, and we got music. I just know how to listen in front of me. So we'll be right back, right here on the Brunch Bunch on Inspiration 1390. I'm like, what is the next song? Wynona, Tammy don't sleep for real, and when she got an idea, she go hard or go home for real. I got to get like forget paying all these people to make this. We're gonna make it ourselves.
That part.
It's got oil, baby.
40%.
40% oil.
And my formulator is like, nobody puts this much oil. I was like, yeah, well, I want that. I want, because you don't. It does matter. No, don't try to open up a gift.
I'm not. Well, that makes sense. You wanted something to smell, to linger. Now I had to keep spraying all day long. Now, there's only one other perfume that I know. What is the name? It's expensive too. It's about $400 or $500 a bottle.
Most oil-based perfumes are $400 or $500. But you know where I've got my pricing from? Well, first of all, of course, you do the math and you figure out what your range is. But Brandon Blackwood has made. Oh, these are the dollars. I don't know if you saw them.
I haven't seen the box thing.
No, the box is good.
Oh, look at that. Wynona. Oh, look. Tammy Dow. To go with her book.
Wait, where did you do that?
Y'all, you think I go home and sleep, right?
She got a purple turtle bug.
And she got the Dow to go. She got a turtle too, trust me.
I want to buy that.
Oh, well, those are Pam, but I'll bring it for you.
But my Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
That one is mine.
And look at that bag. Now this is Black excellence right here. This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
Layla will love that.
Oh, that is a nice gift bag. You get the book, a doll, and the
But you have the book already.
Well, and they got pencil cases too.
Like they do the Barbie party.
I did.
She did one. She did a tea party.
Okay, I want to do one for the girls.
Okay.
Wait, what my package?
Yeah.
She wasn't there, so I don't want to. 16-year-old man got a 3-year-old daughter. So you know, Barbie has the Barbie party. We're gonna do the purple turtle party.
Well, we got all the stuff for purple turtle party. We ready to go.
Where's it gonna be at? Hilton?
No, wherever you want it to go. I mean, it's purple on wheels.
Purple turtle party.
Quick.
The Word Network for a life-changing word.
Hey there,
Running a
Chicago.
little behind.
No problem. No problem.
You want to just hook up the perfume
Our
and book?
expert real estate and mortgage loan services.
We have not announced our senior brunch, but I can't announce it either. I was working all morning.
Did you show the dog?
I did.
Okay.
selling,
Sell.
or refinancing. Make your next
Yes,
move
you ain't
with
text me.
I forgot.
Yes. Okay, remind me.
And
As soon as we done.
Wynona, we have everything purple turtle. So we got book bags,
Yeah, I can drop it off to you tomorrow.
pencil case. If you look on purple turtle, you'll see it. But I'm gonna have you the dial dropped off to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
And success awaits.
I want to sign down.
You want me to sign the doll?
Doll.
Yep.
Now your
Where?
home is
On her
not
butt?
just a place.
Is that a
On
bit?
a
Tramp
tramp
stamp?
stamp?
Right.
You want a tramp stamp?
With automation, they understand what it means to protect these memories. As a Brinks authorized dealer, they
Zoe.
stand guard over 1 million homes and businesses, ensuring safety 24/7, 365 days a year.
And you know
I'm
what?
there. I am there.
Ever vigilant, providing top-notch monitoring for burglary, fire, carbon monoxide, and medical emergencies. They will fulfill and even exceed all industry
Tammy, you better
standards.
come through with the 15 jobs, man, in my Jamaican voice. That was Tina.
I know, right? It's just 15? That's all you counted? Tina, your count is awful.
They're safeguarding your home and preserving your peace.
So go ahead and call 866-447-3344. That's 866-447-3344.
Oh, we have purple
Call
turtle
today
commercials getting
and
ready
make
to
a
air.
wise
I mean,
choice to secure
no,
your
perfume commercials.
tomorrow.
Peace commercials
Secure
getting ready to air on
home and
TV.
automation. You
Oh,
heard the
wow.
man. Now experience the promise of ultimate safety that they bring to your home. Call Stacy Chauncey at 866 447 3344. Stacy Chauncey, 866 447
Went to more like
3344.
25 jobs.
There you go. Well, you know what's raw, Marcel?
What's that?
This studio audience is raw today. Our guests are incredible. You know, there's none other than Miss Dyanna Lewis, and she is from The Defender. And also, of course, it's Community Chatter. So Wynona from Win Communications is right here in the building. And we are excited to have you guys in the building today. You know what? It's some exciting news, exciting things going on. It's not just Black History Month, but it's Black History 365, 24/7. And is that right, Wynona?
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, Tabby's so excited to get to the community chatter because Wynona truly does bring the noise.
Who's Who in Black Chicago is what I'm really excited about.
Yes.
Also, Women of Excellence is what I am also excited about.
And the
Y'all are
men, don't leave the brothers out, okay? The men of excellence.
I'm a woman. I talk about the women. It's your job to talk about the men.
Well, you know, I'm Black History. I still go with 365 days Black, but Black History Month is just an opportunity where you get an extra concentration.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody's on the same
You
page.
get an extra concentration, and I am so excited by all of your products. You know, I have, and I'm not ashamed to say I got 30 years corporate retail business. When I was at Dominic's for 10 years with Safeway, and since then, all of our retail clients, to know that we have some of the best products. And Black History Month is also a dangerous month with food and the confections. I mean, you've got Jackie that's got Kilwins. That's a major deal for her to have the Kilwin license in Illinois. You've got she's got 7 Kilwins.
Yes.
And she and Toy also opened a burger place.
Yes.
But,
Fat Burger.
Fat Burger. We were just at First Look Charity. And, you know, aside from supporting Jesse White Foundation, aside from supporting the Boys and Girls Clubs and all the other great causes, they allowed vendors to come in. So Batoy had a booth out of this world. Norman had gumbo. So, you know, we got Black Creativity coming up this weekend. But Dyanna Lewis, Real Times Media, we were just in Detroit kicking off Black History Month with Chase and some of their heavy hitters over DEI, their heavy hitters over auto. But we were in Detroit, Real Times Media, the home of so much Black history in multiple markets. But welcome, Dyanna Lewis. Dyanna does not need an introduction. She has been a veteran. But Black history, you cover it every day, every issue. And, you know, 17 years.
17 years.
17 years
Yes.
for you,
And
Women of
for Men of
Excellence.
Excellence and Women of Excellence. This is our 17th anniversary year. And thank you all, because I'm glad to be here. Always glad to come amongst family,
Yeah.
because this is my excellence
Woo,
family.
woo, 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 woo.
But yes, of course, the Chicago Defender has been telling stories about us, by us, for
Ever.
119 years, coming up on May 5th. So you're talking about Black history. That is Black history.
Yeah,
And
you
we
guys
don't
are.
get covered anywhere else.
We get covered. You guys were one of our Black History trivia questions, and the winners called in. We gave out lunch if they named the right newspaper. So Chicago Defender is truly a blessing, not only to the city but to the country.
Yes, it is. Yes,
And
it
the
is.
defender of rights, civil rights, black stories, black news, and appropriately named. And you all are keeping the legacy up. So thank you so much for being in the space that you're in and doing such an excellent job at it.
It's just my honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to be part of it. And don't forget about the Black migration.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
Yes, because without the Chicago Defender, there wouldn't have been the Black migration.
That's
That's
an
all right.
interesting point that people need to know. And when I was with Brother Muhammad yesterday, we talked about the Black migration. And I said, somebody really needs to tell that story. And so the defender needs to definitely be a part of that. But one of the things we don't talk about, when people migrated from the South, they landed west first. Then they moved to the South side. So, the West side is still the best side.
Okay.
That's subjective.
Outside over
Right.
But you look at all that we have going on for Black History Month, and Dyanna, you are the event queen. You are the history queen. With all this going on, I'm so glad that we have the next edition of Who's Who in Black Chicago coming out this
Woo, woo,
year.
woo, woo, woo.
I'm so happy to have been given an editor role with that. But when you look at, if you need a catalog, if you need history, you've got 17 years of archives. And then Real Times Media, you've got the Midwest, and then how many markets? Because
So, Real Times Media is in 4 publication markets, which is Pittsburgh. It is with the New Pittsburgh Courier, Atlanta Daily World, and Atlanta Tribune, and then, of course, Michigan Chronicle in Detroit. So those are our 4 publication markets, but then we have the Who's Who market, and we're just happy that Chicago has you
Woo, 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 woo,
as
woo,
the
woo, woo, woo.
associate publisher for Who's Who. So thank
I'm
you.
excited. And I got to go to Detroit and to really hear from Hiram. And I was
Mm.
like, I know you got all these markets, all these publications, but I want to hear from you and to hear his vision. I mean, he's got the forward thinking vision on getting to digital, getting to young next generation, not just the old, when they say this isn't just my grandfather's paper, but how do we make it fresh for the next generations, the millennials and all of that. So always happy to hear visionaries, and you have done it. And when you look at some of the history, some of the stories, you've got a lot coming up. I know we got a couple of weeks, but you do lifetime achievement and women and men of the year. You got lots coming up. How
And
do
Vanguard
people
Awards.
and
So
special awards?
and the special honorees. So Women of Excellence is coming up March 22nd. Men of Excellence June 14th. And yes, along with the 50 men and 50 women of excellence, we also honor 4 special honorees: 2 Vanguards, 1 Woman of the Year, 1 Man of the Year, 1 Lifetime Achievement for men, and 1 for women. So
Wow.
yes.
So drum roll. Are you able to? Are you sharing anything yet?
There's some good stuff going on. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Our Woman of the Year tops. It's all on our website, so I'm not really giving it away, but I want you to go to the website. I want to send you to the website.
What's the website?
ChicagoDefender.com. Go to ChicagoDefender.com. You can see the full list of honorees. The special honorees have not been mentioned yet, but they're coming soon. Our host and hostess are for MC Night, Marcel Jackson,
Woo, 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 woo,
Samantha
woo.
Chapman, and we're just swarming social media, the internet, everywhere. We're just coming to you from all directions into your emails to let you know that Women and Men of Excellence is coming up.
And it's so amazing to see so many people. So Wynona's doing Who's Who, right? Which is going to help us know the who's who of Black Chicago. But when you're a part of great circles, you have great friends. And I was so excited to see so many people that I know being honored this year, including our good friend Pamela Blackman
Yes,
is going to be a woman
awesome.
of excellence this year.
Unfortunately, I will miss it. I'll be in Baltimore, but you will be not.
Well, we know if you
But
were here,
you were in the last class, so
Yes, I was so sick, but I did not want to miss that because that is really, truly one of the honors of my life. Thank you so much for that, both of you.
Thank you for coming into the family.
Oh, I appreciate it. You know, when those kind of honors are bestowed upon you, it does make you have a higher calling to lead with purpose. And women of excellence is just that, leaders with purpose. The purpose being to pave the way for the next generation or the next one coming behind you, be it generational division or just division, period, because you have that charge to hold your sister's hand behind you.
Yes, and we have some. I mean, if I was just to name a few, our forever First Lady Michelle Obama is a past honoree.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
nice. Good company.
Wynona Redmond, of course, is a past honoree from the inaugural
the
class.
first class.
Wow.
First class.
Charmaine
Rickett,
Briquette.
yes, from Uncle Remus's Saucy Fried Chicken.
Right.
You had some phenomenal honorees, I tell you. And that room, I mentioned last year, and I was blessed. Shout out to Wynona, Chicago Defender, for choosing me last year to be a man of excellence. But I mentioned in the room with the brothers, I said, I've been blessed to be honored, and I've gotten some great honors. But the man of excellence took the cake. That was the top honor that I received because it's so prestigious, it's so historic. And to be in the room with so many great brothers and women, because the room is packed when you come to the event. It was amazing. So
But
thank you.
the best man of excellence was that little Marcel, little Marcel in his own little Action Jackson in a suit.
He had a
on
suit.
Yes.
He was ready. So
He had on a suit. And when you look at history, the funny thing is the women of excellence got how many entries? You always get like 500
It was over
entries.
400 for 2024.
Okay, you get over 400 nominations for 50 slots. So it's just great that we tell our stories. If we don't tell our stories, who gets them?
and you'd be shocked. This award is so prestigious. I got more phone calls, emails, texts, DM. Can you please nominate me to be a Chicago Defender Woman of Excellence? And I'm like, dang, everybody want this spot. I didn't know it was only 50 given away.
Have you seen the actual award?
Oh yeah.
Literally, like that's the biggest, most beautiful award I have ever seen. Of course, it's only 50.
Well, I must say, Diana, all of my awards in my office except the Men of Excellence, it's in my living room.
It's at home.
It's
Right. It's artwork.
One of the most important roles that you can play once you have been honored is to definitely nominate. We hold, high value in the nominations that come from past honorees because you know best to us. You can tell us best who should be next.
Mm.
So don't forget to nominate. Men of Excellence nominations are still open if you go to the website. So Marcel and Tamara.
I got a couple
and
of
Wynona has already gotten hers in. I think her team sent in some nominations, but be sure and nominate.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, you know what? I want to really touch on the who's who, right? Because a lot of people may not understand what the who's who is. And Wynona is going to tell us all about it when we get back because we are in a winning season. If you're a man, if you're a woman, you can win. It's the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. We take a little break. When we come back, do touch on who's who, though. Because a lot of people may not know what it is, how it works. And we about to do that too. Tammy brought you right in during her segment. Since we was...
Well, because I wanted to have enough time to make sure we covered everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the winning intro. Oh.
No, it's coming up after that.
And then who's who?
So Jarrell, only like a minute of this. Well, after the chorus, I never heard this.
that would be a good to explain. Because people want to know, how, what do I have to do all
You
year
say
to get
when?
recognized in order to get this honor bestowed upon me?
No, I know,
Like,
but
you can't be
in the
talking
words.
back to the studio.
Oh, this ain't the chorus. I don't like this trap
I'm going to say
gospel.
it. If you got a problem, in your living room, not on social media.
I can't get jiggy with this.
We swag surfing in church. We gonna swag surf in church.
Turn it down, son, Lord.
Turn that music down.
Zoe took a Marcel so old school. Yes, please. Yeah. Looking to revamp your living space or recover from the unexpected? Pinnacle Construction and Remodeling has got you covered. Specializing in home rehab, expert restoration, and vibrant painting services. They're the local pros turning houses into dream homes. Their dedicated team is committed to quality, serving our Chicago community with the respect and excellence it deserves. For a home that stands out, call them at 708-623-4814. Okay, I gotta change background back. 4814. Elevate your home. No, it's on, bro. Construction and remodeling. You can do it from the phone. I don't like those.
Hi there, it's Wynona Redmond, and it's time for Community Chatter, brought to you by Win-Win Communications.
Which one I'm switching to?
And we are definitely winning on this Win-Win Communications Tuesday. And we had to drop the official intro, although Community Chatter has already begun. But Wynona helps the believers each and every Tuesday to win. And she always brings us a great guest that is winning. And you're winning with the new Who's Who. Well, you're bringing back Who's Who.
I'm so excited to work with one of my favorite people in the world, Dyanna Lewis. She's just a top-notch professional. And to be able to look at the next edition, I was honored to be in, I think, all of the past editions, but we have not had one in, 7 years?
Yes.
So we have not had one in 7 years. So the next edition, we've had so many pivots and so many transfers of powers. You got now and later, now and new. But Who's Who in Black Chicago is coming back. And and there's so many, there are other markets, but I think Chicago is going to be the top market.
It is. It definitely is. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
And when we start looking at Who's Who in Black Chicago, we of course have lifetime achievement. Look at the folks that have that make history in Chicago for the world. You know, everyone's seen. Last week we had the oral history project at the Chicago History Museum with Reverend Jackson. That's history. That's not just Chicago history. So our Chicago Who's Who in Black Chicago is going to be American history, national, international history. So we're excited.
Can you tell us about Who's Who? What is it? Why is it important? And what is it going to do?
I'm gonna let the VP talk about it, because it's in all markets, and the significance of Who's Who in Black. It's been around, and Real Times has just taken it to new levels.
Right. It goes above and beyond men and women of excellence. Who's Who in Black is about leaders of organizations, of companies, of businesses, and also not just the leaders, but maybe even tearing down to different levels. But who's who in Black? Whatever position they may be in. We might start with the leader and profile the leader, but we also want to profile other staff and other team members that are part of the organization, company, or whatever business we're highlighting. So it's not just the leaders. It could be anyone. We can do a profile of the whole company.
And so is this like a directory? Is it an award? How does that work?
It is a directory, and but it's going to have some very special sections as we cover the history. Because when you look at Chicago, the doctors and the medicine, look at Chicago leading the country with cancer centers. You've got major centers being grown up. You've got doctors. Diana mentioned so many corporate businesses headquartered here, but like AGB, They
Yep.
have the whole block, but they have White House privileges, and they're in all these different markets. And so Chicago leads the world. It's not just so as we spotlight the different sections from doctors, lawyers, entertainers. It's the 40-year anniversary for Master Jack Farley, for house music. So
She
again,
lit up when she said that.
Yeah.
no, he was showing me his vehicle. He has a vehicle.
Yes.
He was like, you can broadcast from this vehicle. But we got entertainers, we got sports figures. Look at the black presidents of our sports teams and NBC's got Kevin Cross. You've got all kinds of folks. And to Diana's point, we're looking for all generations,
Hmm.
all walks.
And yeah, it's not just about those who have been around for a while that we spotlight, but it's what we like to call new faces in high places. So there's a lot of new coming up, a next level. The younger, the millennial generation. So there's a lot that are coming up now that are doing great things, and we want to spotlight them as well. And that's what Who's Who in Black is all about.
I
That's
love that.
So
amazing.
you got, as you look at Black History Month, this is 365 Black, but decades,
Hmm.
decades of coverage. And
So
so
some
we're
of the
excited.
people that are asking things are, what do you got to do in order to get this honor bestowed upon you? Not just the who's who, but also the vanguard. Like, how do you have to live your life for a whole year to get recognized and get this award?
Continue doing things that are excellent. Vanguard, the special honorees that are part of Men and Women of Excellence, you would have to have been a past honoree to be considered for those. So, I mean, and it's just that you're continuing to reach new levels and do new things, and we see you, and somebody sees you
Yep.
and lets us know.
Hmm.
So that's what it is for the special honorees.
That's awesome.
And for the who's who, how do they get? And I like that you said, and I know Wynona, we've been talking, and she has a focus on making sure millennial executives and entrepreneurs will be featured. And when you were saying that, the young lady that I submitted for Women of Excellence, who was chosen, shout out Morgan, is a young woman. I met her, and the moment we got through with the conversation, I said, "You should be a woman of excellence,"
Wow.
and because she just blew my wig off, as they say. But she's young, she's under 30, she's a top executive at a firm, and I'm like, people need to know what you're doing, and so the who's who will help spotlight people like that.
Right. And it's all part of the real time family. So you know where you're going to nominate. There will be a more formal lunch
Mhm.
coming for Who's Who in Black. But we're excited that this is history all year long. And as far as nominations for women, it's closed, but they can still buy tickets to come, right?
Absolutely. Tickets, congratulatory messages. Um, the company sponsorships are still available. So, yes.
But if you know, like I know, you better hurry up and get those tickets because let me tell you something.
They sold
They
out.
sold out. My daughter and I were the only ones there with me, and that was because they just didn't have any more tickets. And well, let me tell you, my daughter slid in, okay, because there was no ticket for her. It was a favor. So you better get those tickets
You
now. Where
already know firsthand.
Yes, ma'am, I
Will
know.
sell out. The event is going to sell out. So get your tickets, get your tables. Come on and be there with us, and meet some of the excellence, the women and men of excellence, because men attend the event as well. Some of our men of excellence pass out a reason to
If you're
come.
a smart brother and you're single, I think you better get you a ticket to Women of Excellence.
How do they get tickets, Diane?
ChicagoDefender.com. If you go to the website, we have several banners posted. Any one of them you click will take you to our ticket link. Also, if you're on social media, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on every social media platform. So there's no way around not seeing how to get a ticket.
Better get those tickets today, y'all.
You have two different experiences. So the women are down at the Hyatt.
Mm-hmm.
Sheridan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sheridan.
Everything flows out. So Women of Excellence is at the Sheridan March 22nd. But you created a man experience out in Tinley Park. So June 14th, the Men of Excellence, this will be the third year.
Third year in Tinley Park.
and they've created a whole experience. Was there a cigar room there?
There is the I forget what it's called, but it's the patio.
Mhm.
And yes, that is the whole cigar experience after the event for men.
I was so mad. I was so mad. You know, I had the babies with me. I had to get up out of there. But it was a good time as long as I could hang out. So you definitely don't want to miss this event. And you know what? There's power in networking at these type of events.
Mhm.
And I talked about this yesterday. I went to the auto show gala on Friday night, and just being in that room networking got me the interview yesterday on the Manila Muhammad show. So you never know what you can get out of being in a room like the Women of Excellence Gala or the Men of Excellence. So get your tickets, ChicagoDefender.com. Make sure you're supporting the Defender, though. Make that your news source.
For sure.
Because we need to keep this paper alive. And you have the best stories because you're highlighting Black news.
We are. We are highlighting the stories. And guess what? We need you. We need your support. Follow us on all of our social media platforms and our website, but we need your support. Black Press needs you to support us like we support you. We're going to tell your story, but also support us as well.
You know what I love about the Defender and just the Defender. Let's talk about just the Defender. We talk about Black excellence. Every other newspaper talks about Black tragedy. We do not. And I love that. So when you really are looking to find out who's doing what in Black America, that is your news source.
Shining a positive light.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I always talk about my dad's favorite show is Hidden Figures. He watches it multiple times, but that's what we try and do with Community Chatter, to shine the light on the stories that you don't hear about, people you don't hear about as much. But when you have causes and publications that do it, the Black media, but not only the Black media, we also have Black talent in mainstream media that also has their challenges. So this year, the National Association of Black Journalists conference will be in Chicago. We have a lot of founders that came out of Chicago. So we're looking forward to celebrating that July 31st through August 4th. You got the Black Women's Expo. And Mary Green was saying, you know what? Chicago is our destination market because this is home. So that's going to be the same weekend. So we've got a lot of big events. The DNC is coming, and the leadership on the DNC, from Mignon Moore to Kiana Barrett, all of that. So when you look at Black history, it is history 365 days of the year. But some of the fun honorees that you've had all of the food folks, you've had the entertainment folks. We just have a lot of folks, but she's not sharing right now. The big awards, those are coming out, but the 50 honorees are on site right now. And Ariel is just a sharp new head for the BLC, the Business Leadership Council. She's one of your honorees.
She is. We're excited.
And she's going to be on NBC talking about the Black ecosystem because we have all the generations working together. I love legacy businesses. When you look at Charmaine Rickett and her dad, Mr. Gus Rickett, legacy family businesses. So Black history.
I love the honorees. I saw a couple of names that I noticed. Of course, Penn Black, that's my person, of course. And Tennille Jackson, who's a friend of
my cousin.
Yes. Everybody Jackson is his cousin.
Only the good ones.
But let me tell you this. If you all are trying to get in this top honoree spot, you can't be posting ratchet videos on your social medias. You must have some integrity about that in the way in which you live and show up. Now, after you get the honor, that's your business. But before you get it, you might want to clean up a few things because people are watching.
Absolutely.
And media outlets have the monitoring.
More people are watching than you ever realize. So you never know who's watching you. So just be careful.
I always say, I tell my young people, just because they don't say something to you, don't mean they don't see something in you. So you got to be very careful how you handle yourself at all times.
So this is exciting. July 31st, you got the
National Association of Black Journalists Conference here in Chicago.
It isn't June 14th Father's Day?
June 14th is
No,
a Friday.
it's a
It's a Friday before.
But is it the Friday?
So
It's the Father's Day
16th would be
weekend.
Yes,
It's the
it's
Friday
the prelude
before.
to Father's Day. We always want to do it as a prelude to Father's Day weekend and to Juneteenth. So yeah, Men of Excellence precedes that.
Yes. Well,
Preludes that.
Dyanna, you are doing some phenomenal work. We are so glad to know you, be connected to you, or be a part of this great class of men and women of excellence. And we are praying that you continue to have success and keep taking the Chicago Defender higher and higher.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to know you all. Thank you.
I'm sure Dior and Dorian are extremely proud of you.
I would say that I hope they are.
So Wynona, before we get out of here, you got any last words? You know, Wynona is the perfect person for Who's Who because she knows the Who's Who. Listen, no matter what room you're in, what field you're in, if you're doing something phenomenal, Wynona Redmond knows you. And if she doesn't, you need to get on her radar so she can highlight you.
I'm just excited. Thank you. I wish when you've been around, I still say Ruth Rothstein was one of my mentors. I said, I feel like Ruth Rothstein when I'm telling people, I knew your mother, I knew your father. And so, but I'm just happy to celebrate Black History. I have started Dear Me Care Circle, a ministry for caregivers. We have an event coming up in April 27th. You'll hear more about it. What I learned with my mom is make sure you record your loved ones and their history. You can do it with the phone, you can do it, and then get the young generation to do these interviews. Black history is the hero in front of us in our home. And so we got to make sure we tell our stories. And so that's the opportunity. You don't want to not have that story, not have that recording. Those memories bring so much joy. That's history.
Love it. Well, you know what? In the season of Black History, that we celebrate 365 days a year, unless it's a leap year like this year, we celebrated 366.
Leap year.
But you know what? I tell people I'm Black every day, but during Black History, I'm blackly black. So we celebrate this year. And believers, we want you to do the same. Get your Black apparel, get your red, black, and green. Do whatever you need to do to uplift our history and continue to tell our stories.
And make sure you get those tickets, ChicagoDefender.com, because they will be gone like really soon.
Yep, and that's a great way to celebrate Black History. Listen, buy a woman in your life a ticket for Valentine's Day. Don't tell her I told you to do it, though. Listen, believers, we encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Tamara Fair on the air, I love you.
I love you, Action Jackson.
Believers, we love you.
I have to say I love Juanita Braggs, my aunt who's in heaven. Hugs to heaven. Happy birthday.
Happy heavenly birthday, Auntie. Up next is AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with the afternoon drive. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. How many seconds I have left?
Bye, guys.
5 seconds. Did that.
5 seconds. Hey, Facebook, let me tell you something from personal experience. If you want to be at, and you definitely want to be at the Women of Excellence event, you better go get those tickets. ChicagoDefender.com, ChicagoDefender.com. Get your tickets. It's going to be an event to remember. See you guys tomorrow on Wednesday.
Stacey Chauncey.
Stacey Chauncey, our resident safety guru. See you guys. Bye.
Can we get some, I guess, some shots of you just like showing off?
Oh.
Yeah, I think got on late.
Yeah, exactly.
Dyanna Lewis.
Dyanna Lewis.
Is she still there?
You have a question for her?
Yes, I used to write for them years ago, and I used to try to contact them, and nobody ever called me.
And what's your name? And
My name is Keith Kaiso, K-Y-S-E-L.
Keith Kaiso. Would you like me to pass her your contact information?
My number is 773
20 seconds.
495
about please about
6714.
The sale.
Okay, and that's
I've been trying to reach them since 2016 when I was going to cover part of the Olympics for them for free. But nobody will call me back.
Keith, are you in Chicago?
Oh, you can't hear you. Say it again.
You can ask him.
Keith, are you in Chicago?
Yes. Now, what I really want to find out is I lost a lot of my early articles, and I'm trying